Hello students, I am Professor Suhas Ambulgekar and welcome all to the Unit 2 of our subject Design of Machine Element. The Unit 2 is basically consists of design of shaft, keys and couplings. In these units, we are going through shaft design on the basis of strength, torsional rigidity and lateral rigidity. Apart from this, ASME codes for the shaft design and design of keys and splines. Also, we are going to see design of flange couplings and flexible bush couplings in Unit 2. So, let us start with the first topic, that is shaft. Basically, shaft is a rotating member, usually of circular cross section, and used to transmit power or motion. The power is delivered to shaft by some tangential force, and the resultant torque set up within the shaft transmit this power to the machine linked up to the shaft. In order to transmit power from one shaft to another, the various members such as gears, pulleys, flywheels, cranks, sprockets, etc. are mounted on it. There are two types of shaft. First is transmission shaft and second is machine shaft. The transmission shaft are used to transmit the power between the source and the machines absorbing power. These shafts carry the machine parts such as pulley, gears, flywheels. So in these units, we are going to study the design of transmission shaft only. So now we will see the types of transmission shaft. First is axle, a shaft that supports rotating element like wheels, hosting drums, and which is fitted to the housing by means of bearings, is called axle. An axle is subjected to bending moment due to transverse loads like bearing reactions and does not transmit any useful torque. In other words, an axle is a member which carries no torque and used to support rotating wheels pulleys. In other words, an axle, though similar in shape to a shaft, is a stationary machine element and is used for transmission of bending moment only. For example, rear axle of a railway wagon. Next is automobile rear axle. These are example of use of axle. Next is spindle. A spindle is a short shaft that imparts motion either to a cutting tool, and a spindle can be subjected to axial force, bending and torque. In case of spindle, there is no keyway present. Example, in all machine tools such as the small drive shaft of a lathe or the spindle of a drilling machine, these are the application of spindle. The materials used for shaft and axle are should have sufficient high strength, low sensitivity to stress concentration. They should be able to withstand heat and case hardening treatment to lessen the effect of stress concentration and increase the wear resistance of these journals. The material should have good machinability. To meet these requirements, the shafts are basically made from the plain carbon steels of grades C25, C35, C40, C45. Steel C35 is most frequently used. The heavily loaded shafts are made of alloy steels of various grades. Now we will move ahead with another type, that is counter shaft. Counter shaft is a secondary shaft which is driven by the main shaft and from which the power is supplied to machine component. As we can see from the figure, often the counter shaft is driven from the main shaft by means of a pair of spur or helical gears and thus rotates counter to the direction of the main shaft. Hence, it is named as the counter shaft. Counter shafts are used in multi-stages gearbox. The working of the counter shaft is shown in the below figure. Here we can see the twin counter shaft at the left side with no output and gear A held in position by the counter shaft timing. Another type is jack shaft. The jack shaft is an auxiliary or intermediate shaft between the two shafts that are used in transmission of power. Its function is same as that of counter shaft, as we have seen in the previous slides. Next type is the line shaft. A line shaft consists of number of shafts which are connected in axial directions by means of couplings. Line shafts were popular in workshop using group drive. In group drive construction, a single motor electric drives the line shaft. So, in the next session, we will see the design of shaft on the strain basis, as there are some of the causes of failure in shaft and axles, such as the shaft and axle usually fail due to fatigue. It is because of, first is the presence of cyclic overloads or the stress concentration. The stress concentration may be due to production or operation cause, which result in point of maximum stress concentration such as holes, fillet, notches. Another reason of failure is wrong adjustment of bearing or insufficient clearance. A shaft is subjected to torsion, bending, or axial loads or combination of these loads. Therefore, the shaft must be strong enough to resist these loads individually or in combination. In certain conditions, it is equally important to provide adequate bending stiffness of the shaft and to limit torsional deflections. Hence, a shaft should be designed both for the strength and the rigidity or stiffness. So, in the next lecture, we will see the design of shaft on the strain basis. Thank you.